to help stop the genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Barbee. I would like to encourage everyone on my Facebook friends list, everyone in my social groups, and all of my listeners worldwide. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button and share this video podcast with your friends. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. It's free. Help make this video podcast go viral by posting this link to your Facebook page, your Instagram page, and or on your Twitter page. This video podcast is available in 3 forms: audio, video, and as a written text in order for us to reach our audience. On my YouTube channel, you can watch my latest video podcasts. I provide direct links to our virtual store, my Amazon author page, our PayPal page, my Medium page, and our GoFundMe page under the About section. We look forward to having you on board with us as we embrace upon this exciting project. If you are listening to this audio podcast on Anchor, just click on the YouTube icon to connect with my YouTube channel. In order to follow along with my presentation, I strongly recommend everyone on my Facebook friends list exchange emails with me so that I can email you everything I do online. I encourage all of my listeners to follow me on my Medium page. This is where I post my transcript so that you can read my full speech word for word or click on the audio version to hear my speech. I use this platform to interact with everyone on my friends list and everyone in my social groups by giving Black business owners free airtime to promote their products and services. I give people in the faith community an opportunity to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. I give Black authors and ordinary law-abiding citizens an opportunity to share their special talents and skills to my listeners from around the globe. After the show, I offer my guest speakers an incentive by teaching them how to create their own podcast and YouTube channel to help them earn extra revenue. I also assist people on my friends list with creating basic websites, finding college scholarships and grants, housing, and legal services, all for free. I am not interested in writing and publishing more books, but rather producing quality Black empowerment films and creating successful Black businesses. I am not online to beg for donations. I want to exchange something of value. My thing is, if I am going to ask for something, then I'm going to have a product or service behind it. This podcast is an extension of the grassroots community activist movement. Over here, we promote critical thinking while discussing social issues throughout the diaspora and on the African continent until the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago materialize. It's my hope that through this podcast and through my social groups, I can connect with other like-minded Black people, African people, Afro-Caribbean people, Afro-Brazilian people, and others who will work with me directly in turning my vision and plan for Black America and Africa into a reality. Once we get this film project fully funded and made and get our Christian business up and running, then I would love to invite many of you to Chicago, Illinois to speak or preach during our live events. Through the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago, we will help pay for your travel and hotel expenses depending on our budget and sponsorship. We will also compensate you for your time and talent. I created a GoFundMe page last April as a crowdfunding source so that everyone knows exactly where the funds will be going. We will be using our GoFundMe page as an indicator of our progress. So far, out of 1,652 people on my Facebook friends list, only 3 people have donated to our film project. And this is why it's taken me so long to get things done. Those who will donate to our film project through our GoFundMe page and display their name and the amount they are contributing, we will mention them in the credits. I encourage everyone on my Facebook friends list and everyone in my social groups to help get my revised book on the bestsellers list so that the world will take our cause serious. This is 100% grassroots. We are not getting any funding from the government or major corporations because our focus is on helping black people. We're nonpartisan, we're independent, and we're not affiliated with anyone. Without support from the black grassroots and the global African family, then I am unable to do my job. Those of you who have an audience, please allow me to come on your platform and promote our film project and my revised book. I would like to encourage all of my listeners and everyone on my Facebook friends list and everyone in my social groups to please subscribe to my YouTube page. It's free. I have 11,000 views, yet only 325 subscribers. What's wrong with this picture? Upcoming events. Please mark your calendar for Saturday, January 28th. We will restart our monthly virtual conferences. Theme: discussing business opportunities for black entrepreneurs, African entrepreneurs, Afro-Caribbean entrepreneurs, and Afro-Brazilian entrepreneurs who are on my Facebook friends list and those who are in my social groups. Time: 2 p.m. through 4 p.m. American Central Time, 3 p.m. Canadian Time, 8 p.m. West African Time, 9 p.m. South African Time, 10 p.m. East African Time, and 8 p.m. UK Time. If you would like to be on the panel, just send me a message to my Facebook inbox for additional information. I want to know how many people will be on the panel because I'm planning on using my StreamYard account to host my upcoming virtual conference. I can only host 6 people at a time. I will have to send them a link to appear on the show. This will be live video streaming. Recam is more than just a book or social groups. It's a new black movement to solve social issues in the 21st century. We're offering an experience. If you are unable to participate, then please share my Facebook Live event with your friends and leave a public comment about the topic on my YouTube page and on my Facebook page. This will help get the ball rolling. Instructions on how to participate on the show. First, watch my video podcast. This is called Side A. After I finish my presentation, then I will open up the phone lines through Facebook Messenger. This is called Side B. You can interact with me in real time, either by voice call by clicking on the phone icon or by video call by clicking on the camera icon. Today's topic of discussion is as follows. Pastor Amanchukwu comment about reparations. Is Black America ready for reparations? Black man dies after LAPD tased him multiple times. Our first topic. Pastor John Amanchukwu comment about reparations. I watched a video on YouTube about an African immigrant pastor. He made a comment about reparations which upset many black Americans. To watch the video, just follow me on my Medium page and scroll down to Show and Prove. On the video clip, he said, we need fathers over reparations. The question is, why is he speaking about issues pertaining to descendants of American slaves / foundational black Americans? An absent father can't be compared to the injustice that the white supremacist financial elites committed against black people in this country. If we had biblical justice, then we would not need social justice. Many black immigrants forget that it was black Americans during the Civil Rights era who helped fought for them to come to the United States of America. I agree with him about education. He said we should have a love for the American flag. As a pastor, you're not supposed to have a love for a man-made flag, but rather a love for God. He said we need to send money to U.S. veterans instead of $45 billion to Ukraine. The American government should give reparations to descendants of American slaves / foundational black Americans, along with an anti-black hate crime bill. That's what they should do. He is using talking points from Republicans. It's black immigrants like him who come to America and start meddling in our issues. The proper response should have been as follows. I support our brothers and sisters in their fight for reparations, given their history of being enslaved for 246 years, then facing convict leasing, Jim Crow, and Willie Lynch mentality. When we receive our reparations, then Africa, the Caribbean, and Brazil will also receive their reparations too. Remember, when we received our Civil Rights Act, then African nations and Caribbean nations received their independence. In the meantime, we can use this technology to help spread Rakim among like-minded black people, African people, Afro-Caribbean people, and Afro-Brazilian people, as well as non-black sympathizers. I can't speak about what others might do with their reparations, but I would use my reparations to set up chapters in 10 African nations and create businesses and invest in African markets, the Caribbean markets, and in the Brazilian markets. We don't have to just sit around and wait for the financial elites to decide to give us reparations when we can take the initiative to get this film project fully funded and made now. Please leave a public comment about the topic in the comment section on my YouTube page. Most of all, share this podcast with your friends. This will help get the ball rolling. Our second topic is Black America ready for reparations? 100 years ago, there was property in the state of California owned by a black family named Bruce. Their land was stolen by the financial elites under eminent domain. A century later, the state of California allegedly returned the land back to the rightful owners, the Bruce family. All of a sudden, a few days later, we hear that the Bruce family decided to sell the land back to the state of California for $20 million. As we discuss reparations, we have to keep in mind what we are up against. I found an article on ABC 7 entitled, quote, "After winning legal battle, family selling Bruce Beach back to LA County for $20 million, unquote. The property is actually worth $100 million. Their legal team failed them big time. This family was supposed to automatically get their land back plus a century of lost income, emotional stress, and disenfranchisement. I think they should have not only fought for their land, but also for the right to develop on it. I was able to find the motion. It is in PFD form, and it's 82 pages. To review the motion and other links I have, then please go to my Medium transcript and scroll down to Show and Prove for more detail. If we have to go through a 82-page document, then we need to take our time and read it. If I was a member of the Bruce family, I would demand to have this document converted into an agreement that is a shorter version and in layman terms, and that gives us everything we're supposed to get. Family, this was a bad deal. There are many of black Americans who are off code and not committed to changing the status quo. They are only interested in obtaining the bag. Situations like Bruce Beach is why Black Americans need reparations. The other question is, are Black Americans willing to practice group economics? We can't rely on our Black political class or our Black legal class because many of them are in the pockets of the white supremacist financial elites. The financial elites is telling the Bruce family they can do a lot with that $20 million than what they can do with the land. A century later, this government is allowing illegal Latino immigrants to cross the borders, and they are putting their interests over ours. What is wrong with this picture? Bruce Beach happened in a liberal state. We're talking about lawsuits and legislations, but unfortunately, we don't have a competent Black legal class. As I mentioned in my revised book, After Slavery, Black people have served their purpose in building up the wealth for the financial elites. Then they decided to liquidate the slave class through convict leasing. Now the strategy is to economically deprive us. That has been the financial elite's agenda and policy since the end of slavery. The financial elites wants to keep us here because we are bound to their system and our taxes continue to fund our oppression. Please leave a public comment about the topic in the comment section on my YouTube page. Most of all, share this podcast with your friends. This will help get the ball rolling. Our third topic, Black man dies after LAPD tased him multiple times. Another young unarmed Black brother by the name of Keenan Anderson was killed by a road cop this year. I provide the video footage on my Medium transcript under Show and Prove. If it's not urban terrorists killing our people, then it's road cops. All of the marching and protesting during George Floyd has not stopped road cops from harming and murdering unarmed Black people because qualified immunity is still on the books. For me, it's my hope that my message would reach like-minded young Black people, especially Black millennials and Generation Z. After all, this organization is for them. I believe in our youth. This is why I have sacrificed 31 years of my life trying to get my message out through my revised book, my virtual store, my online groups, and this video podcast. It takes capital to start a business. I am paying out of pocket for the business title. I thought that Black America would embrace my vision and plan since Black Chicago has rejected it and overlooked it for the past 31 years. This is spiritual warfare in real time. I am encouraging all of my listeners to work with me while I'm still alive. Don't wait until I'm dead to start mobilizing. GCAM is for both Christians and secular people. We will focus on two fronts. A domestic front, meaning focusing on solving Black issues in America and eventually throughout the African diaspora. And on the international front, meaning focusing on solving African issues on the African continent. My revised book is the foundation of the grassroots community activist movement. As soon as I'm able to get this film project fully funded and made and the proceeds start pouring in, then I can focus on turning the business over to competent Black middle class professionals so that I can take my talents and skills to the African continent. Before I cut and run, I want to be sure that I am able to sustain myself and also to provide tangibles to my African group members, Gurkai of Africa. Please leave a public comment about the topic in the comment section on my YouTube page. Most of all, share this podcast with your friends. This will help get the ball rolling. Thank you all for listening to this video podcast. Once again, just share it with all your friends. And please, if you're not able to participate in terms of coming on the show, just leave a public comment. That's all I ask. Those of you that have the means in terms of purchasing my revised book, it's available on Amazon on my author page, and again, you can find that link on my YouTube page. The book, the softcover book is $15 plus shipping and handling. The ebook is $9.99. So I try to keep those prices down as low as possible. But again, I have to pay Amazon to advertise my stuff. So, it is what it is. Everything is all about money these days. But again, my goal is to get this organization popping here in Chicago. Again, I reach out to our the African immigrants that's here in the United States, especially here in Chicago. Those that's I would say from Nigeria, South Africa, I would say Ethiopia, Uganda, Ghana. Come forth. Come forth and work with me, so that way we can help. That will help speed up the process, and we will also, when we start our African tours, we're going to come to your country, so that way we can reconnect the diaspora with continental Africans, and also so that we can do international trade that's going to help improve the African economy. So all of this stuff is going to benefit our people. But again, I'm doing the best that I can on my end to get my message out. And I refuse to be doing this another 31 years. My film project is my last attempt to try to do something positive for my racial group here in America. This is what I want to be remembered for. This is what I've been trying to do again for the past 31 years. Unfortunately, I'm still on first base. I hope and pray that the Lord would connect me with more people like Sister Renee, because she is working with me, even though she's behind the scenes. I just want more people to be involved in this stuff. So, with that being said, I will leave the phone lines open, and I'll wait around for about 15 minutes. If I don't hear from anyone, then we're going to conclude the show for today. Thank you again for listening, and you have a nice weekend.